Hey guys, and welcome back to episode 11 on how to make a survival arena game using Unity's Unet system. So in today's video we're going to be working on the lobby system. I understand it is a little late, but it is better late than never. So if you don't need a lobby system or want a lobby system in your game, you can go ahead and skip this video in the series. But if you want to learn some stuff about using Unity's Unet system and the functions it provides, this will be a great resource for that. So you can open up your game and let's go to the lobby system. So essentially we're going to add a step between creating a room and entering a room. So right now we are joining a room instantly without any other players whatsoever. So we want to add a step between creating the game and starting the game. So for this we can go ahead and create a separate folder just for the lobby system. So we're going to need a couple scripts, but the first one we're going to be making is a lobby manager script. Open that up. So this script is not going to derive from mono behavior. Instead, it's going to derive from the network lobby manager. And we have to be using the namespace of Unity engine.networking. So if we can go back to our scene here and we can add the lobby manager script to just a random game object, you're going to see that it is now actually, before that I'll take away this. I'll show you the difference. So if it's mono behavior, then it has nothing within it. It doesn't derive from anything. It doesn't have built-in implementation within it. But if we be using the network manager lobby, or network lobby manager, sorry, oops, then it becomes essentially a network manager, but with more functionality to it based on the lobby aspects of it. So here, so the network manager here is basically the same as here, but with more functionality, as I said. So we can just remove that. And we're going to be overriding the built-in functions within the network lobby manager. So what I mean by this is, if you go to the Unity documentation and go to the network lobby manager, you're going to see that it already has lots of public functions already built in, and we're going to override these functions. So when you start a game, these functions run automatically behind the scenes without us having to do anything. But what we're going to do is override it, and we're going to tell it what to do for each function. So we can go back to our script and we can remove this for now. And I just want to show you all the functions that we're going to override within the lobby manager. So the lobby manager is going to just hold a bunch of overridden functions within it, and we're going to create other scripts that are going to call these functions in the lobby manager. So our first override, and do an override, we say public because we want to access it from other scripts, and we go override void, And now you can see all the functions that we can override within the network lobby manager. So the first one we're going to do is the on lobby client scene changed. The next one will be public override void on start host. So when we host a game, we want to override the functionality in it. Don't worry, we're going to be going over what all these overrides do already, and then we'll say what we want to do later. For now, we're just going to show what we want to override within the lobby manager script. So this one will be void on match create, and as you can see from the network connection manager script, this is the already built-in function within it. We just want to change what happens on the match create sequence. The next one will be override on destroy match, public override game objects, and the only one there is the on lobby server create game player. The next one being public override on lobby server player removed, and we can take this and we just copy these on lobby server disconnect public paste on lobby. Bear with me, guys. This is a long script, longer process on the lobby system. It will probably be a couple videos long, but anyways, this is going to be the on lobby server players ready. Paste this one on client connect on client disconnect and on client error. So now we have all the now we're overriding all the other functions within the network lobby manager. So as you can notice here, it says base on. So with all these overrided scripts, it has the base of on whatever it's called, whatever the function is called. Sorry. This means that we're overriding whatever's in there, but this is what is already there. So this is the base function, meaning this is what's happening when it's called already. If we right click on the network manager lobby and we go to definitions, you can see that here are all the functions within it, and it gives a clear summary of what all these functions do. So this is basically just your in text editor Unity documentation. So now we have all the overriding functions. Now we can create another script and call this one lobby main menu. We'll just keep it lobby main menu. Open that up, and in this script we want to get the lobby manager. So lobby manager and lobby manager, and this make this no, we'll just keep it the same accessor. So this script is basically just a is mainly just a bunch of callbacks called by the UI elements that we're going to make later on. And we're just going to have to set it up as we did with the connection manager with on-click functionality and so forth. So let's say the lobby manager is get game object dot find type of lobby manager, and we are not going to be using the update function, and instead of the start function we're going to say on void on enabled. Oh, let's just get rid of this. Void on enabled. Drag this up here. And here we're just going to have a on-click function, so void on click host, and we just want to call it the lobby manager dot on start host. So now we can go back to our lobby manager. Whoa, that was so loud. Sorry guys. If we go back to our lobby manager script and we go to the on start host method, and we're going to use the base on start host function, but we're going to do a couple more things. And so when we click the we want a host button, so basically it's this button right here. So we're basically saying, yep, we want a host, and we don't want to instantly go in the game, so we want to change to a lobby panel. So we need two things here. We need a function that changes our scene for us, and we can just create it here. And instead of, so the lobby panel is going to be a rec transform, and we're going to take this way, and here we're going to say lobby panel dot game object dot set active true. Now we need to get a transform up here, so rect transform lobby panel, and the errors go away. But this is too simple, because what if this is open? So we want to close this and open a lobby panel. So we want to get the current panel we're on, so the current panel, and we say if the current panel is not null, because it starts off as null, so if it's not null, then we want to say the current panel dot game object dot set active is false. And and basically we just want to say if, oh no, let's not make this lobby panel, we'll just say new panel to change to, and if new panel is not null, then we want to say, we want to set it to active, and then we want to say, and then we just want to say the current panel is equal to new panel to change to. So now we have the function. So when we start the host, we want to change instantly to the lobby panel. Now we can go back to our main menu scripts, and now instead of having a on-click host function, we want to say an on-click join function. Oops. So now we want to say the lobby manager dot change, and we have to make this public so we can access it from another script. And we say lobby manager dot change to, and we have to get the lobby panel in here, or we can just say lobby manager dot, oops, we can say lobby manager dot, and we can just make this lobby function public, and we just call the lobby panel here. So when we click, we want to join a host, join a game, we want to open up the lobby manager, or the lobby panel, because we're in a lobby now. And we want to say, all right, lobby manager dot start the client, because we are now a client. We're a client because we're joining a host. We're joining a game, which means we're not a host, we're a client. So we can go back to the lobby manager script and go to the, oh wow, these need some spaces in between so we can, oops, see what's going on in each one. Oh, before I go into it, I should be explaining what each of these do. So the onStart host function, if we go back to here, if you go back to here, you're gonna know, you're not gonna be able to see it in here, because it's gonna be in the network manager. And go to the functions here, and there it is. So this is called whenever we're starting the host. Easy enough. As you can note, well, because I said before, the network lobby manager, as it says here, inherits from the network manager. So it's just built on with more functions. So we can go back here, and as you can notice, there's no start client. There's no start client function here. That's because we're not overriding the onStart client. So that is we're just gonna rely on whatever the network manager, or network lobby manager, sorry, is deriving from or doing by itself. Go back to our main lobby system, and we're going to say on click, oops, void on click create match making game. So here, make this public because it's going to be on a game object, and make this just for consistency's sake. So what I was saying before, don't get confused with words create match. We're not creating the match instantly. It's just referring to the fact that we're opening ourselves up to send and receive data from other people with the game. So the analogy here would be that you're opening the door for others to enter or to go through. Basically. Either way, in or out. So in here, we're going to say the lobby manager dot start matchmaker. So just like in the connection manager, we want to start the matchmaker before we can create a match. And before we do this, as I'm mentioning the connection manager script, we used a singleton. So here we're just going to say a public static lobby manager. So this is going to be our singleton. I'll be singleton. And on, so we're going to have to create the singleton. We're going to have to say what the singleton is, and we say on enabled. This singleton is equal to this. If you guys can hear like a faint little squeal, that's just my bird sleeping, dreaming, sitting on me. So now we can go back to the lobby manager and say lobby manager dot we're going to say dot matchmaker dot create the match, and as before, so we'll just do this, and it takes in a name, match, a couple, the match size, whether we want to advertise it, the password, the strings of the client addresses, and so the elo score here. So if you want a sort of ranking system, so if this person's like a really good player, who would have a large elo score, and if he's a bad player or a new player, he would have a low one. So you don't match. So if you have some matchmaking algorithm, you don't match the high elo score with a low elo score, because that's just unfair. So here we're going to take in some sort of text. So we're going to have as we have here, we're going to have a input field. So we can have a name there. So up here, we say input field and match name input, and of course we're using the UI system, so we have to derive from the UI namespace, and we'll serialize, we'll field this, oops, keep pressing P, my bad, serializable field, so we can see it in the inspector. And here you say the matchmaker dot text is equal to the name, match size is going to be equal to the Unet casting of the lobby manager dot max players. And if we just go to the definitions of this, it takes us back to the lobby manager metadata, and this is, so here it's just saying the maximum number of players allowed in the game. So we're just deriving that basically from go back to here. Oop, where's the script? Drag it open. Oop, wrong script. Here the maximum players, you can change it in here, and we go back, sorry, and we say we want to advertise it true, no match password, no public string, public address, no private one, no elo score, and no request for the domain, and we want to call the lobby manager dot on match create. Oop, it's just a delegate, and close the bracket off here. And if we go to the implementation, we have a override function here. So basically just we're going to keep the on match create function, base function, but we're just going to do another little thing that we're going to use later. So when we create a match, we want to get the match info network ID from that, so we can use it later on. So here we're just going to say current match ID is equal to the ulong cast of. So this is just a really big number of the match info we get here dot network ID, and we can create the field up here. So you just go to the little light bulb function and it creates it automatically right here for us. And we want to create a couple more functions within the lobby menu script. And if you can hear my bird, I'm sorry for that. He's actually he's really happy. Poor bee. Here we're just going to create another function on click open server list. So instead of what we're doing here, having it in the same screen, we're going to have them on separate screens. So here again, we're going to have to create start the matchmaking. So here start matchmaker. So this is saying opening the door, again opening the door for input data or data from other players. And we want to say the lobby manager dot change to, and we want to say lobby server list, and generate the field. Generate the field here, and here is the server list, and we make this not a private but just a serializable field. And we'll come back to here. So just a reminder, insert lists on string listeners. So while we have these two scripts, we can create what we have already with them. So let's remove this panel, take away this network manager, and here we're going to create create a empty game object, and this is going to be here we're going to create a new canvas, UI canvas, put the lobby manager on that, and we're gonna actually have to make sure we don't destroy this. I just realized, because it might destroy when we load into the game. So we want to say don't destroy on load this game object. Put it wherever, but put it whatever script you want. Oh no, just put it on this one, because this is going to be the main game object. This is going to be the main parent of the game object. So we can go back to our scene, and we're going to create a main menu panel. So this is basically just what we did with the old panel. So here, this is going to be the main menu, basically. And we can drag over the main menu script on that. And let's keep this basic. I'll make it look better in a different one, but we don't have enough time to make it pretty in this couple videos. So here, simple input field. We'll just drag it here and have a button next to it. Oops, don't have a particle system. Nope. UI button, just right next to it. Essentially, I just want to make this functional before I make it look pretty. And another button to open the server list. Okay, so this is the input field, drag it over here. And this button is the server list button. Let's just name this quickly, open server list, create button. Alright, so here the on-click function, we're going to have drag over the main menu script, lobby main menu, on click create matchmaking game, and here on the server list, drag over this and have the open on click open server list, and let's just see what happens. Create. And we probably have to fill in the functions. So here, the lobby system, drag over the lobby system, the main place, the play scene. But if we do it again, it's not going to work. I'll tell you why. There is no players. So let's just go behind this and just create players. There are no players within the scene. So this is this only opens if there are no lobby player game objects and no game objects there. So let's just keep testing until we can make it work, or when we know we need more things. Create a button, it's not going to work again because we have no network lobby player. So network lobby player, if you can see here, is the prefab of or just just of a network lobby player. We're going to create the script now. So we can go back to our scripts here. Let's just clear this. To our lobby and a script, and this is going to be the lobby player, the component we need to make this work. Reload. And we're not going to be deriving from the mono behavior. We're going to be deriving from what we need, and that is the network lobby player. And we're going to be, of course, using the Unity engine networking. So as you can read here, this is the component works in conjunction with the network lobby manager, what we already have, to make up a multiplayer lobby system. Perfect, that's what we want. So here we're going to override some functions as well. So the first override we're going to be doing is override void on client enter the lobby. So this happens when we enter the lobby. So this happens when this button is clicked and it takes us to our lobby system. So if you don't understand how we're not just starting the game, this is what's happening. So this is the extra step between the create function and starting the game. So this creates the lobby within it. So this creates the extra step, and we are filling in what to do within the extra step. And the second override, the last override in this script is going to be the void on start authority. And we go to the definition here. So this is just invoked when on behaviors that have the authority based on the context and network identity of the local player authority, which means essentially if you're the local player, you have the authority over this network lobby player, and only you have the power. So when we enter the room, we're going to keep the base of it, but we want to check whether or not the lobby, we're going to have to get the lobby manager here. Lobby manager on enable lobby manager equals game object dot find type of lobby manager. So if the lobby manager dot LB, what did we name it? Dot do we need the static? No, we don't. So here, so in this, there it is. So if, I don't know why, did I make this? Yeah, okay. So if this was static, don't make it static there. Or no, let's just keep static. This is, and here we're gonna say, let's remove this. We don't need this then. So here, so if the lobby manager dot LB singleton, why did I make this LB singleton? Let's just rename this. So Control R and make this LM singleton. Okay, so if this singleton is not null, then we want to do something. Then we want to do something. We're gonna need a few parts before we can get to this step. So the first step would be we need to create a new C# script and make this one the lobby player list. So this is going to keep track of all the lobby players within our game currently. Open this up. So in this script, sorry, we're going to have a protected list of lobby players, and these are going to be the list of players within our lobby currently. And this is equal to players, and this is equal to a new list. So initialize this here. And we want to create a function and call this one public void add player. So this is the function we're going to call when we enter. So this is going to be called whenever we enter a lobby. So a client enters a lobby. So this is going to take in a lobby player, and this is going to be a player. So if the players dot contains the player, then we want to say, hold up, we don't want to add the player, it's already been added. But if it doesn't, if it doesn't contain it, sorry, we want to go ahead and add it to the list. And that's all we're gonna do here for now. And we go back here. So if it isn't null, no. Before I get to that, you're gonna have to add another thing, which is within the lobby manager, and we can scroll down to the bottom, and we want to create another function, which is the on players number modified, which means, so this function is called whenever the number of players within our lobby grows or gets smaller, then we want to do stuff. So just say, for example, you join a room and there's 5 people and you don't want to play with them, so you leave the game, leave the lobby. Then we want to notify other lobby players within the scene that we want to modify the lobby to take note that I've left the game, so it removes your player information from the lobby. So this is going to take into account a integer. So this allow to handle the plus button. So we're going to add a button to add players to add / remove player. So here we want to get a player number, so the number of players within our thing is equal to or plus equal to the count. And so if int local player count equals 0, then we want to go through each of the player controllers. So a player controller is a network player. So if you read there, so network player is referring to not a player, but a connection. So you are connected to a lobby, meaning you are a player, a networked player in the lobby. So for each player controller, and we want to check which player controllers we want to look at. So each PC in the client client scene. Yes, see, the client scene is a client manager which contains the static client information and functions. So it contains all the client information. So it knows whether or not you are a local player or not, which is perfect. So this has a function of local players. So all the PC player controllers within the local players, we want to bump up the local player count plus equals. Here we're going to do some trick stuff. So if the PC is equal to null, so if it's not a local player, or if the player controller ID is equal to -1. So the only time a player controller's ID is -1, meaning there was an error getting the information, or there's no information there, which means it isn't a local player, then we want to say, so if it is one of them, if it is null or -1, then we want to say it's 0, else we want to add 1. So they were just saying we want plus equals 0 or 1, depending on what was here. So this is basically just an if. So if this, else 1, essentially. But it's easier just to do it in one line here, using the question mark operator and the semicolon operator. And we want to add the field of player numbers here. Perfect. And now we can finally go back to our lobby player and say lobby player, lobby manager, sorry, dot Alan Singleton dot on players modified, and we want to say 1 because we only want to add the 1 character. And down here, we don't even need these actually, we can just keep this on the same line. So, and down here, we don't care if it's null, we just want to say the lobby player list dot instance, and we have to create a singleton, or the instance of it, which is a public static lobby player system, player list and instance, and on enabled instance equals this. So the instance is going to be, we want to add the player, which takes in a lobby player, which we want to sift in this lobby player. As we probably reached the hour mark or near the hour mark, I'm going to cut it off here and give you guys a break and start on the second part of the video. So this is the end of part 1. Part 2 will be in a separate video, and each part will be so forth. So thank you guys for watching. Comment below if you are actually interested in the lobby player. If not, hope you guys keep waiting for the next installment or next part of the series for the survival aspect of the game. So thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next video.